If you or a family member have been hurt because of the careless actions of another person, call Walker, Texas Lawyer. They'll work to get you the financial compensation and justice you deserve. They have 40 years of experience, and you don't pay unless you win. Call 713-881-9653 today for a consultation or go to walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk, you me funny lad.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat, Brad Gilmore.
Welcome back, H-Town, to ESPN 97.5, 92.5. It's Brad Gilmore here, and on the line I have a special guest who is in the city as we speak, and you can catch him as well as one of the Avengers, Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, at the Specs over on Smith Street, 2410 Smith Street from 4 to 5. Going to be signing bottles, and he's going to tell us all about it. Bill Mahar is here. He is the Chief Brand Officer. How's it going, man?
It's going great. So happy to be in Houston. Always happy to be back in Texas. Texas is the best state in the country.
So tell us a little bit about Sweetgrass Vodka and what people can expect from it. So I am not a connoisseur of the spirits. So you're gonna have to break this one down for me. Tell us about the background of Sweetgrass Vodka and how it stands out from the competition.
The best way to describe it is that it's a potato vodka, which is really the original form of making vodka from Poland. The founders have family in Poland, and it's a old family recipe, which they call like Polish spring water, which is because they just kind of sip it neat. And so it's organically grown potatoes, and it's gluten free, and it's just a clean, really awesome liquid. That just tastes. You can just put it on rocks the way that Jeremy drinks it, and it's beautiful.
So how did you become involved in this aspect?
Sweetgrass and I got together in Charleston. I live in Charleston, South Carolina, and that's where the brand was born, and that's where the Sweetgrass comes from. All and that's why there's a little piece of Sweetgrass in every bottle. So you get a little piece of South Carolina every time you share a bottle with two friends. And so I met them, and I've had friends who work in the entertainment world, and we were like, we want to have somebody, but there needs to be somebody that really is true to the brand, understands what it takes to make spirits. And in these conversations, they're like, Jeremy Renner is a moonshiner, that nobody knows about that, and that he's been making spirits, and this would be the perfect guy to talk to. So we started talking to him, and he was really excited about it. And so we brought everything together. And so now Jeremy's an owner of the brand, and out there, spreading the love. And that's why we're here in Houston today.
And again, you can catch them at the Specs over on Smith Street. Jeremy will be signing bottles of Sweetgrass Vodka. You could probably see Bill there as well. Now, okay, so you approach Jeremy, and you said he's a moonshiner. He's making his own stuff. I guess when you approach him about this conversation, I'm assuming first thing was saying, let me try it. And what do you remember about his reaction to the first time he had some Sweetgrass?
He loved it. He could appreciate the cleanness of it, and that, and just he loved everything about it. He loved the family story about it. He loved the actual juice. And then even when I've brought it to lots of people in the spirit industry, and they'll just take the top off the bottle, pour it in a glass, without any ice, anything, just, take a sip and like, oh, this is good. This is good stuff. And it's been winning awards. It just won the San Francisco World Spirit Competition, had a gold medal out there. So, anybody with a nose for it, a taste for it, a palate for it, can appreciate it right off the bat. So he understood that right off the bat that this was a quality product. And so one of the things that's important to him is, spending quality time with quality people and, enjoying a quality product while you're doing that for everybody to have fun.
You are the branding officer for Sweetgrass, and this I want to ask you a branding question because, again, I full disclosure, I know very little about the alcohol business. I'm not a drinker myself. However, I appreciate the art form of it, and this is what I'm about to tell you. I remember being young, going to this very same Specs that you were going to be at later on with Jeremy Renner signing bottles from 4 to 5. With my folks when they were buying their wines or their spirits, whatever they were buying. And the fascination for me always came from the bottles and the labels. I remember walking up and down the aisleways, just looking at the different shapes of bottles and what the logos look like. How much thought actually goes into that process?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because we actually modified the logo when Jeremy came on. And, so he's been involved in the process, very early on. And, we love the attitude of the logo brings, and then the crispness of it being put on the clear bottle with a piece of sweetgrass in there and a wood stopper at the top. And it just gives you a sense that you're, living in the low country in South Carolina. It's a really beautiful part of the country. And it's a place where people come to relax, to enjoy outside, vacation, and Sweetgrass is a part of the history of the region. And so being able to, we spent a lot of time figuring out how we could get that piece of grass to be in there and past all the legal things you have to do when you have things inside your bottle. But we felt it was really important. And so then Jeremy was looking at it. He loved all the packaging, and he said, I want the man, kind of silhouette next to the dog to be holding a fly rod, and that, it's just a person out there just enjoying nature and having a great time and again, kind of just sharing good times. So it's definitely something you want to walk in. It looks good up behind the bar. It catches people's eyes, and, ideally it's catching people's eyes at Specs when it's on the shelf also.
Absolutely will. And down here in Texas, we appreciate a man and his dog together in unison out there enjoying nature. And just out of curiosity, I don't know how much you can share, but you say there was a lengthy process to get to pass whatever legal statutes you needed or legal bars to put the Sweetgrass actually in there. What about that was the most surprising to you?
Well, because you don't want to usually put stuff in there because it can break down. It's sitting in alcohol. It can change the chemistry of the liquid. So, we just wanted to make sure that it was, obviously safe and healthy and fun and just, becomes a signature piece for us, to have that. So it was, it was the juice was worth the squeeze on that one, because we felt it was definitely a unique feature. That's kind of fun when people get the bottle home and they see it there on their own bar.
Now, people who are, whether it's vodka, whether it's tequila, whether it's, whiskey, people are very loyal to their brand. It's almost like if they're a Coca-Cola drinker or a Pepsi drinker, right? Like in my grandmother's house, there wouldn't be a Pepsi anywhere in a 5-mile radius. You couldn't find one, right?
Exactly.
So how do you break through and get people to try this and make the switch from whatever their favorite might be?
It's really, this is where the grassroots part of it comes. It's really just word of mouth and, being with people, creating events. We have a nice spot that called Sweetgrass Lounge in Charleston, and we host many events there. And we're boots on the ground is what we kind of do. So we're out there, bringing it to people. I just went to a new restaurant recently and dropped off a case and said, please enjoy. So it's one of these things where people just kind of have to put it in their hands, and then once they get it, they really enjoy it. And they like the story of the brand as well. And that's why we're excited to have Jeremy on board. with us helping to spread the love, because obviously his voice is louder than mine when it comes to speaking to the public.
Well, yeah, I definitely love the, I guess to put it into better terms, the sweet grassroots campaign that y'all are going on right now. There you go. See, I worked it in there for you. And trying to get.
So you're on the team. You're on the branding team.
I'm on the branding team. I'm trying to do my part, but you can again see Jeremy later on today here in the H at 2410 Smith Street on from 4 to 5, where he's going to be signing bottles and meeting and greeting people who are fans of his, as well as Sweetgrass Vodka. We're talking to Bill Mahar right now. Now, Bill, final couple things for you. There are a lot of celebrity endorsed alcohols nowadays. You think of whether it's George Clooney or Kendall Jenner or The Rock, they all have their own thing that they're out there promoting. And The Rock, God bless him, he works it into everything. Like I see it in the backs, of scenes in his television shows and things of that nature. But what I love about what you've told me so far about Jeremy and his connection to it, even having input on the logo, is it seems it's not just let's slap my name on there, send me a check in the mail. He truly believes in the brand.
He truly believes in the brand 100%. And that was really what we wanted to find with somebody, because I agree with you. The world needs another celebrity alcohol like a hole in the head. So, why do we want to have a partner? Why do we want to have a partner that people were, willing to come and, line up to get a signed bottle from? It's because he's a real genuine person, and he's vested in this, and he's taking this on as an ownership role. He's thinking about how we can grow our business and how we can get this out to people. And also it's a message of, sharing quality time with your quality people, which is really important to him in his life and where he is in the journey that he's traveled, is that, spending time with people, with the right people, having a good time, is what's most important. And so that's really the message that he's got out there, and, and have some fun with your friends, is what he's doing. He wants to create some new flavors as well. So, that's the thing. We're going to be back in the lab, and coming up with, some new flavors and some special edition flavors. He likes things on the spicy side. So, we might be coming up with some of that, in the near future. So, there's just fun things, and he's definitely, involved all the way, start to finish, with everything that we're doing. So he's not just a pretty face, even though he looks great in the photo shoot we just did.
Looks phenomenal. Looks like
he's definitely a handsome guy.
Looks like a two-time Academy Award nominee and also proprietor of Sweetgrass Vodka. Again, you can see Jeremy later on today, 2410 Smith Street, from 4 to 5, signing bottles, shaking hands, and drinking some Sweetgrass Vodka. Bill, it's been a pleasure to speak to you, my friend. We'll have to do this again next time you're here in the city. And congratulations on the brand and the success of it. And just wish that every bar, if you're listening, everybody stock it in your bar here in the Houston area. Bill and Jeremy would really appreciate it, and I would too, because Bill's a friend now. Bill, thanks so much, man.
Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate the time, and look forward to sinking some glasses together in the near future.
Bill Mahar, everybody.
Hurry up, tape running out.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?